What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I've been talking a lot about small businesses and how they're going to need to raise their prices as a result of tariffs, but I haven't really shown you any of the small businesses that are impacted by this. So today I want to show you a clip. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and this is serious. When we're talking about tariffs, major corporations, they have a little bit more leverage. But when it comes to small businesses, they don't have that same leverage. And this is going to impact small businesses the most. And we're going to see small businesses go out of business as a result of these tariffs. So I'm going to show you guys this clip today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Let's go now to our Business Leader series, where we talk to small business owners from coast to coast about the real impact of tariffs. Vinaigrette is a small olive oil and vinegar shop in Minneapolis that began as a passion project during the 2008 recession. Now, it's a local staple built on high-quality imports from around the world. Co-owner Sarah Piepenberg joins me now. Sarah, you started your business during a rough economic period. What has the impact of tariffs been in comparison to 15 years ago?
Well, first of all, Phil, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my story. The impact of these tariffs have hit me in every single aspect of my business, not only in the oils and the vinegars that I import from all over the world, but down to my containers, down to the bottles that I use, down to the lids for my bottles, down to the shrink wrap from my bottles. All aspects of my business have been impacted by these tariffs, and it's been pretty substantial.
And this is what's really important. Just because you have a company in the U.S., and in her case, she does have to import a lot when it comes to the oils, but everything, she's importing a lot of the products that she is using to sell the oil, she is importing that. Not to mention the computers and the cash registers and all the other stuff that she uses. A lot of that is she has to pay, the tariff to get those products because she's getting those products from overseas.
What has your response been as a business owner? Do you raise prices? Are you cutting other expenses? This is an incredibly difficult position to be put in.
It has been, and we've done a little bit of both. We just recently took a price increase based on the finalization of the EU tariffs at 15%. But the thing I also have is I import products from Morocco, Egypt, Lebanon, Tunisia, all over, and the fluctuating tariff has been extremely difficult to navigate around. We have decided as of the 1st of August to put the tariff charge, the 15% for the EU tariffs, onto our customers. And it's listed as a line item now on their receipts.
And this is something else that some companies are choosing to do. They're passing on the cost to the consumer, but they're going to put it on the receipt. So you'll see, as a result of tariffs, this is why you're paying a little bit more. And this is something that Amazon talked about. It was only going to be a certain section. That's what they said. I personally think that they were going to put it on all of the products, but they backed away from that after President Trump threatened Amazon, or at least Jeff Bezos. And so some companies are going to start doing this as well, putting it on the receipt. So you'll see that these tariffs, this is not the foreign, country is not paying the tariff. It's actually the person who is importing the product in, the company in the U.S., they're paying that tariff, and now they're passing that on to the consumer. And it's unfortunate that we're still hearing that, no, the foreign countries, they're the ones that are going to pay the tariff. That is not how it works. And we're going to have a harsh reality. I mean, people are already seeing it, but we're going to see some of these companies that are going to go under. And another thing that she was talking about when it comes to passing on the cost to the consumer, you might be able to eat a little bit of the cost, but as a company, you're going to have to downsize or do some other things in order to make that happen. So if you downsize, so if you're laying people off, if that is a result of tariffs, that's going to impact those people, obviously, that have been laid off, and that will ultimately impact our economy.
These stores like yours are so, I think, important to a community, the kind of connective tissue, not just the products themselves. How are people responding when they see that? What are they telling you about this moment?
It's really hard. When they see it, there's a little bit of a, sticker shock. And we know that we're a luxury item. And my fear is that we will lose some of our customers as a result. And we have seen a little bit of a decline in our sales. And again, with the expenses of every aspect of things that we're doing going up, it has, made us late on our rent. It has made us late paying our employee. As a result, I've also gotten a second job. So as much as I can do to cut expenses, I too am an American consumer and am feeling the pinch in my everyday life, just as well as in my business.
Just quickly before I let you go, because I really appreciate your time here, if you could say one thing to policymakers about tariff, what would it be in this moment?
It's a lie to believe that anyone else but the American consumer is paying for these tariffs. And what I'm afraid of is we are going to drastically change the Main Street businesses that make our communities. And I'm afraid over time what's going to happen. And it's been extremely difficult to continue this. But what I'm afraid of is to watch all the doors of other businesses that are next door to us as a coffee shop. Are they going to have to close as a result of the Brazil tariffs? There isn't an aspect, there isn't an industry, there isn't a segment of consumerism that has not been impacted by these tariffs. And I'm afraid of what the landscape will look like when this is all said and done.
Now, she said something really important at the end there. She's talking about Main Street, these Main Street businesses, small businesses, basically what she's talking about. We could see a shift where now a lot of these small businesses no longer exist and corporations run everything. And that's really scary. And that's what she's saying there. They can't compete. She can't compete with the Walmarts and the Targets and these other large companies. And so what is that going to mean for these small businesses? She's talking about the coffee shop that's right next door to her. The current administration just applied tariffs to Brazil, and in Colombia, there were already tariffs there. And so what is that going to mean when it comes to coffee? And how many people drink coffee in the U.S.? They're all going to be impacted by this because prices will go up across the board. And these small little coffee shops, they can't compete with some of these larger corporations that are doing the same thing. And so although like a Starbucks can raise their prices, they don't have to raise their prices as much, but a small coffee shop will have to raise their prices more because they don't have the same leverage that some of these major corporations have. And so are we going to not see any more small mom and pop coffee shops? And is it going to just be these large major corporations like Starbucks and the like? So this is a serious time. And the reason that I talk about this is because we're at a point now where we're seeing the shift. We're seeing the impact. We're seeing, and we've already been seeing people struggling for several years now. We're going to continue to see that, and it's going to be even worse. I mean, she was talking about, she got choked up when she was talking about not being able to pay her employees, not being able to pay rent. I mean, this is crazy. This is all as a result of tariffs. And so I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.